but you'll see. Present. I will change it a couple times. Hi, we're live, and this is WTHC. Oh,
Hello,
yep, we're
everyone.
on here. We are live. We are going to show a quick video while we share it out instead of us just keeping to say, hold on while we share it out and join and share. So we're going to try to be a little more professional and play a little something on WTHC and live on Facebook from the Perfect Positivity Show and live on YouTube. We are on YouTube on the WTHC channel, but we also do have our own channel. That's what we were discussing before we started. So let me try to get this video that I would love to share with everybody because it just made my day. It just made my day today. Screen share. There. Yep, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, this was so cute.
She makes my day. But I'm not hearing her, so this might not be. Oh, there it is.
My feelings matter. Today's gonna be an amazing day. Then here.
All right, while we share it out in the meantime.
Hey. Be great. Hey. It's okay to make a mistake.
We might play this twice.
Be happy. Be glad. Don't let nothing make you sad.
Hey.
Be nice. Be kind. So you have a wonderful mind.
Hey. Hey.
She's the best.
Be positive.
She is, yeah.
Hey.
Be positive. Be happy.
Hey.
I'm trying to share, but I'm distracted by her.
Hey.
There is no one better to be than myself.
There's no one better to be than ourselves.
Today's gonna be an amazing
Hey.
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
Mm-hmm.
feelings matter.
My feelings matter.
Woo!
Today's gonna be an amazing day.
That's the part.
Stand
Just
here to
breaks
play
in, man.
all day. Be strong.
Hey.
Be great.
Hey.
It's okay to make a mistake.
Hey.
Be happy. Be glad. Don't let nothing make you sad.
Hey.
Be nice. Be kind. So you have a wonderful mind.
Hey. Hey.
Be positive. Be happy.
Hey.
Be positive. Be happy.
Hey.
Be positive. Be happy.
Hey.
There's
All right,
one
all right.
better to be
All right,
than
we have
myself.
officially seen
There's
it
no
twice.
one better to be than ourselves.
She made my day this morning, so I wanted everybody else to see her because she's the greatest performer.
She's
pretty sure.
adorable. Yeah, she's adorable.
At this moment, I've given her that. She's up there. She's like Mariah Carey, and the Grateful Dead, and then that little girl, nameless. I gotta find her name, but she's fantastic. In the meantime, we are just sharing this out to friends and getting it going. Oh, I must have. Oh, it's on my phone. I'm like, where's that coming from? Yeah. So we have an exciting show tonight, don't we?
We do. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot. I got a lot of feedback from last week's show. One of them primarily was, well, actually a lot of people was manifesting and how a lot of people wrote in, and a lot of people that I knew personally had a lot of questions about how to get like from here to there in terms of, you know, case in point, I'm not going to say who, but somebody and I, we were writing back and forth. They want to change their job. Okay, they want to change their job, and they were saying how much they hate their job. They hate their job. They hate their job. And I was telling her, I said, you know, you can't really get from here to there if you're focused on the negative. So we did a little spot check, you know, in messaging. And I says, but listen to the show. I says, because I'm going to talk to Michelle about it. I says, we're going to gear the show around focusing on the positive and about how that can help more than focusing on the negative.
Absolutely,
Than focusing on the negative. So,
and then I said I wanted to also add into that conversation. So we'll talk about this as well. The way that you can both be positive and realistic at times and be allowed to have those grieving feelings, but still at the same time make that shift to focus on the positive. So it's the balance. Mm-hmm. So we're definitely going to hit that. And then we have that big treat tonight about halfway through the program. And I'm calling first reading. I need a reading tonight.
Yeah.
Beth is coming, and Beth does readings online. She's amazing. She's read my cards before. She's really I think she's going to do shorter readings because that does better online. But
Yeah, it's a lot.
I've
Yeah.
done an intensive reading with her, and she was right on the money, and she really actually helped me get through something. Okay,
Mhm.
Lori. So, Lori, if you have something that you have a question or anything,
Oh, there's somebody already writing
mark
in.
it.
Look at that.
Yeah. Lori, I'll make sure you're on the list.
Oh,
You'll get
hi.
a reading tonight. Yeah, Lori and Doug's here.
Doug.
Doug's
Hi,
here
Doug.
already.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have some of our friends who are here.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah, so Beth's gonna come and do some readings for us, and she's doing them free and everything like that. But you can definitely send her something to her PayPal if you want to give her a little tip, if you feel like it. And if you want a more intensive reading, we can set you up. We can hook you up so you can reach out to her and do it. She'll go like Facebook Messenger with you or something like that, and just do it. And she'll do the cards. She's all the way out here in Pennsylvania, but she's like I found her to be dead on. Like everything she had said to me has manifested. And now I know that partly is because I'm thinking it and I'm going, okay, I liked what she had to say. And now I'm positive and thinking about it. But I think it helps when the universe reinforces what you're feeling and your vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you feel like, okay, I know I have a team behind me. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the way for me it feels. Like I know I got this team behind me. So I like to have a reading where they kind of go, okay, this is the stuff. And I'm like, all right, good. That's kind of what I wanted too. So now we're and also I think one of the readings I had gotten earlier on kind of said, well, you're going to have something else happen that you're not going to love. That's realistic.
Ooh.
All
right.
But no, that it has already passed. But
Okay.
but once
All
you
right.
past it, you're going to be going through some really good times. And I had a couple more things happen, little things that kind of, all came into one. And I went, yeah, they're here. I didn't love them, but I knew I was strong enough to get past them. I knew I had a future. So anyway, we are.
Right.
Miss Carol Meany also wants one. I guess we'll have to get her a reading.
Hi, Mom.
So so when she signs on in a little while, we'll definitely get some readings with her. I'm excited. And then in the meantime, in a minute we get our commercial. So just tell me, how was your week?
My week was wonderful, actually. I received, where are they? Oh, where are those books? Hang on. Oop, they're right here. I received 2 books that I've been waiting for that you and I spoke about on the show. One is the cute little book, Everyday Wisdom for Success by Wayne Dyer. Can you read this, or is it backwards?
Yeah, no, you can see it. It's right.
Okay, good. All right. So I don't know. Let's just open up to...
Open any page and you just jump in.
Open any page.
I also have, that book has a couple different...
it does. Yeah,
it has a couple different versions. I also have one, and I use it all the time. Like when I just I'm like, let me just go quick.
Pick a number between 1 and 216.
212.
Okay.
I don't know why. Let's see.
Know.
212. That's one of my magic numbers. That's why.
There are limits to material growth, but there are no limits to inner enlightenment. 212.
Interesting. Okay. I'll go
Love
with that.
this book. Love this book. The other one I got is from The Secret. It's Daily Teachings. So this is actually really cool because you can open this up.
Does that go by the dates? Is that the one by the dates?
No, I mean, it does sort of, but it doesn't have a day. Like, it doesn't have like an actual day. It just gives you
I have one that gives
the year.
Mine says
and then
January
it just gives you like the day of the week. Yeah, it just gives you the day of the week and like what day in the year it actually is.
Well,
so
it's Sunday.
Really cool.
So what do we have for a Sunday out there?
Let's see. Let me find a Sunday.
Woo.
Let's do...
Oh, Lori says 45, so she wants one too. Hi, Mr. Slow. How are you?
Yeah, Sunday. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You don't have to have a college degree to serve. You don't have to make your subject and verb agree to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Love that.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Love
a great
that.
quote. That is a great quote. And I'm a believer in that. Like I was just having this conversation with a loved one about how, it's a good time in their life. Why don't they just try the Peace Corps? Like they don't have to be here. If they feel stuck and they're young and they're not tied down, try it. Why wouldn't you try it? And I said, because you get so much from serving. Like I feel as though when you are able to give of yourself and do something like that, I feel like it really It really, oh, Mr. Slow, definitely those books were just from Amazon. I'm pretty sure, right? You Amazon those? But
Yes. Yeah, I
definitely
got them through
get
Amazon.
those
Yeah.
books. They're not that expensive. I think they were both
No.
fairly affordable.
And it was
I
cheap
own them.
because I always buy used books. This one was $9.
Oh,
When it-
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, that is exactly what it retails for. But this one was used as well, and this one retails for a little bit more expensive, $16.99. But I think I got it for like $7 or something like that.
I didn't realize you could buy them used. Oh, yeah, I do know that. That's right. It's been a long time since I did it.
Yeah, I look for sellers, booksellers that are shelters, that are food pantries, things like that collect secondhand books and they resell them. I specifically try to buy used books from them. I mean, I have no problem buying a new book, but I'd rather support a shelter. I'd rather support,
Yeah, especially those books. I hate to say it like this, but Wayne's made his money on that 55 million times over, and so has Rhonda. It's not like you're stealing from them. Support another organization. I love it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Wait, Lori said 45. Did she mean page 45?
Yeah, she wanted page 45.
Oh, all right.
Why not do it before our commercial break? That's perfect.
Hang on.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank you, Lori.
45. Yeah.
45. Oh, I love this. You create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your intentions, and your intentions create your reality.
Well, that leads us into our topic for the beginning of the show. So we're going to do our commercial. Yep. You're going to read that again when we come back from commercial because that's how monumental.
Keeping that open.
Lori, I don't know how you knew page 45 was the one we needed, but that was the one we needed.
That was the kicker.
Yes.
That was the kicker.
Right. So those of you who don't know, I'll say it really quick. We are also live on WTHC Radio, and we have to pay our bills there. So we're going to run some commercials. Unlike Facebook that lets us talk for 2 hours for free, we got to run our commercials. And so you guys have to do it. Those of you on Facebook and YouTube, you will hear us talking over the commercials. Those of you on Live 365, we save all the good stuff for when the commercials are over. We promise.
Yeah, we just say yes during the commercials.
We do all the good stuff during the commercial. No. I'm just kidding. Oh, there it is. All right, I was gonna say, but I'm terrible at this part, but that's okay.
Okay, men.
All right, it's going. It's going.
Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now.
Now,
you're gonna go
if
out
I
there.
run weird, we are having a major thunderstorm here.
Oh,
it's
no.
So at any time, if we die out, I'll just reattach.
You gotta go
I don't expect
We're gonna be fine.
That.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna be fine.
You gotta dig deeper.
We're gonna have a great shower.
Yep, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
Pharmacy.
I'm not worried about it.
You won't, because that's what caregivers do.
All right, Laura. It really is the perfect quote today. You did a great job.
Yeah.
To show the world, your family.
Lori, how are you commenting through YouTube as well? What'd you do? You went to the YouTube channel?
And be the best caregiver this world has
some
ever
people
seen.
are commenting on the WTHC YouTube channel.
Caregiving is tougher than that. Find the care guides
that's
you
why
need
it comes
at
up like that.
AARP.org.
And when I write, it comes from both.
Public service announcement.
Okay.
So when I write something, it goes from both.
I'm Danica Patrick, and
Cool.
I didn't write that. That must have been
grow, play, and learn.
That must have been Mr. Hippie.
But not every child.
I called him
is
Mr.
hungry.
Hippie. It must have been
1 in 6
Hippie.
kids in the U.S. are hungry.
We're frozen on my screen.
That little girl sitting alone at the
Who, me?
playground can't play
Both of
like
us.
the other kids. She doesn't have the energy.
Sorry, I clicked off for a sec. I'm sorry.
School lunch will be her
That's
only
okay.
meal
I don't
today.
know what to do.
It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that
I
Feeding America
unfrozen?
is working to change.
What?
Each
Am
year,
I
the Feeding
unfrozen?
America network of food
No,
banks
we're
rescues
both frozen.
billions of pounds of
I don't know
good
if we're
food
on or
that
not.
would have gone to waste. This food
We're
is
on the
then
radio.
provided
The
to
radio's
families
running,
and
but
children.
Yeah.
the StreamYard is
Feeding
frozen
kids
on
about
mine.
using
Yeah,
their
the
imagination,
ticker is
learning,
still.
and having fun.
We're frozen.
These
Are we
children
frozen there?
shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid
Is it like this?
because they're hungry. To find out how you can help
Can you
end
hear us?
childhood hunger in your community,
Hold on.
visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
No,
You say-
Mom says we're on. Yeah, and we're on Facebook.
on.
Yeah.
I don't want that air. Hi, WTHC. We are having some technical difficulty, we think, because of the little storm we're having. We are able to be heard.
Ooh, she went out. All right. Let's see. I think I'm still on. I don't know. Can everyone still hear me? She just went out. She's having a thunderstorm. So we're going to wait for her to come back. Carol, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, we're going to wait for her to come back. Let me shoot her a text. I didn't think it was that bad, that storm. But we have a great show lined up. All right, she's figuring it out. She's trying to get back in. So while we're waiting for her, give me more page numbers and I'll recite more quotes from Dr. Dyer. So let's see. I'm born on the 3rd. Let's do page 3.
Hold on. We were frozen, both of us, and then you're gone. We're not live. Oh, it says we're live. Maybe we're live again. All right.
No, I never went off. Yeah, I never went off.
I went totally off. Let me see if I can get this to go down then. Hold on.
All right.
Everything's energy, it flows through me. I got what I need, 'cause I'm worthy.
It is a good
song. It gets released, 'cause everything's energy.
That was me. That was not the song. I was trying to fade out like a professional, and I showed myself that I am not a professional DJ, and that's okay. We all have our strengths.
I just want to give a little shout out to hi, Mr. Nick.
All right, that's how I faded out. Yes, WTHC. This is the Perfect Positivity Show, and we are back live. Hopefully that disruption wasn't too much. I believe it's the big thunderstorm outside, so kind of cool when nature jumps in and shakes up your show a little bit. I'm all right with it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Little Mother Nature, little universe saying, hey.
Yeah. So I was like, well, if I'm off, I should put a song on the radio, and then I put the song on, and I came right back on. That's how that played out. This is funny because this now actually ties into what we were just talking about. I have been trying not to use the verbiage Murphy's Law, because it's something I had grown up saying. I just always said, oh, well, that's Murphy's Law. That's going to happen. And I heard myself in this little situation say stuff like, well, you know what happens when there's a thunderstorm, this kind of thing happens. No, I mean, yes, it does. That's okay. And it's okay because I figured out how to navigate around it. But me saying it actually makes it a stronger possibility of happening. It brings attention to it, and now we're focused on it, and now we're waiting. Is it going to happen? Is the screen going to freeze? So would you read the quote from page 45 again?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
I don't know why I took my pen out of the book, but okay.
Murphy's Law, see?
Yeah. I know why, because I was going to read a couple of quotes while you were coming back in. Okay, so you create your thoughts create your intentions, and your intentions create your reality.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this. Because you had told me about this during the week. You had someone reach out in an email talking about hating their job and what to do.
Yes. So she, and I won't mention her name. I won't mention who she is, obviously. And I even told her I'm not going to mention who she is. However, so I said, and I was like, tune in on Sunday. I said, then we'll approach it. I said, because if you're bringing this up, somebody else who I know also brought something up about manifesting something, but hating the situation that they were in. And it's ironic because I had the exact same conversation with 2 or 3 different people, all about the same thing. Literally in like a 2-day span. It was like Monday, Tuesday. It was like the 2 days after the show.
This was like, this needed to be our topic tonight.
Yeah.
Because
So it
were
was kind
like
of funny how it manifested it. Yeah. Because everyone knows, well, hopefully everyone knows, you and I, we don't script the show. We have like general ideas, and I have my notepad next to me, and we take notes, but we don't really say, all right, segment 1, and then segment 2, segment 3, and then, we don't do any of that. We kind of fly by the seat of our pants with general ideas.
Yeah.
So, having said that, I said, I promise we'll go into how, I hope she's listening, I promise we'll go into how how hating where you are, saying, I hate my job, I hate my car, I hate this relationship, I hate this something, something, I hate this bathroom, I hate this house, I hate...
What does that do?
Going from that source of negativity and then trying to get from there to where you want is never going to happen. So what do? Simple steps. What do? We stop. How do we feel? We feel frustrated. Okay, why do we feel frustrated? Because when we know what we don't want, we automatically know what we do want. So when we know what we don't want, all right, we don't want that job. Well, what do we want? We want a better job. Well, what's a better job? I want people, I want to work with people that are responsible. I want to work with people that value my opinion. I want to work with people that hear my opinions, whatever the case may be. Appreciate and focus on what you have that you do enjoy, because your current situation drew you in somehow with something you enjoy. So focus on what you enjoy, and then that focus brings you out of the negative and allows you to focus back on where you want to go.
Okay.
So everyone listening, does that make sense? I hope. Oh, Beth, this just happened to me with the statistics course. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. See?
Yes.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
And when Beth, when you come on, you should tell that story, because that's true. You and I were talking about it.
Please.
We're just like saying negative things about statistics at first.
It's a rough course. Yeah, it's a rough course. I had to do it for nursing school.
You changed your tune. All right, excellent. So we know we have that one.
Yeah, so we know we got Beth.
I know. I know that. I can absolutely say that I was at an old job, this was years ago. This was not, this was 15 years ago. And I remember just dreading going every single day and dreading it. And then I kept honestly trying to manifest a change. And I was saying how much I dreaded it. And then I realized, I'm like, I don't want to sit here, because I just feel like it's bringing more negativity and it's bringing more bad things. I've talked about this job 100 times, because it was a rough one for me. And the people there loved me. I loved them. But the job itself was not for me. And it's just one of those things where we're just, they recently reached out to me and said, you could come back here if you wanted. And I was like, that is such a nice offer. I'm never going back there.
However.
Oh yeah. You guys are so nice to think of me that way. And I did have a great way. But at the same time, like, I didn't want to get back into that cycle of dreading every single day, hating it. And then I'm talking negatively about a company that is actually a wonderful company, but I hated the job. It wasn't for me. So, and then how I manifested it differently was I really started to focus on the things I wanted to do. And one of the things was, at the time, if you don't know, I love Panera Bread. I love Panera Bread. I would love to be like, I really like the local little deli, blah, blah, blah. I love Panera Bread. Okay, everybody? I love it. I don't care. And the new job wasn't going to have an office for me. And when I took the new job, the thing I kept saying to myself was, I can't wait to sit in Panera and do all my work. I'll sit in Panera because they have free Wi-Fi, and I'll order some coffee, and I'm just going to spend my whole morning in Panera every day. And guess what? For a while I did. I was very happy just for that. And it was just like that whole shift. It wasn't like I was just shifting my job. Yes, I was shifting to a job I enjoyed more, but every day that I had to do paperwork, I then went to Panera instead of the office, where I was able to hyper focus on my written work, where when I was at the office, I was having chat, these things that were distracting me from doing the other job that I didn't like. To me, it was the greatest shift. Like, that one just really worked for me. And that job I grew out of. So that was okay. I grew into something else. It wasn't anything negative. But I always think that job, to me, that was the positive thing, was I started saying, I just want a job where I can go sit at Panera.
Right.
And it happened. I swear to you.
Right.
And it was
that's
great.
The key. Yeah, that's the key, is telling the universe what you want.
And
whatever the universe feels, whatever the universe is to people. Some it's Yahweh, some it's God, some is Jesus, some is Buddha, some is whatever the universe is. The universe created everything. So all the religions are actually the byproduct of one
same thing.
universal source. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever your
It was
religion
whatever
is, whatever.
worked for the
Yeah.
peoples of those times. And that's why organized religion, I try to be very open-minded to organized religion, because I know there's, first of all, most of it came from a very good place. And I know a lot of people who have found
Or
their
tries
peace
to,
through it.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
tries to.
So I try to be open-minded. I struggle with it a lot, because I feel as though the minute we're the humans, the minute we get our claws in those divine statements from the
Mhm.
universe, we rip them apart and mess them up.
Yeah.
I mean, that we're trying to do our best here not to do that. We're trying to find some purity, like
Yeah.
this is what's working, and remember to be open-minded. But yeah, so I do struggle a lot when I came from a Catholic background, and some of the stuff they did to hold women back,
It's
and
a little fire and brimstone. Yeah. It's a little
some things they did to everybody.
to everybody. A little something to everybody. Yeah.
I struggle
They
with.
spread it
I
around. Yeah.
don't
They spread the
feel for
wealth.
1 second the universe, God, and Jesus had anything to do with any of the crap they did.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
And if it still brings you peace, and if it helps you to stop drinking, or like whatever, if it helps you to find your peace, I appreciate it. I understand it. I support you in finding your peace. But I know, for me, I find organized religion to be very tough, very tough.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of it has a lot of input from humans, and a lot of, Irish Catholic, growing up Irish and Italian Catholic, I had a hard time. I mean, I'm still religious to a certain extent, but I had a hard time reconciling how, a religion can tell people to love everyone, and God loves everyone, and Jesus loves everyone, and everyone loves everyone, and everyone.
I heard all those lessons too.
Except this, or accept that, or accept this, and then we have to persecute against this, that, the other.
Sean is saying we're frozen again.
They
But
conflict a little too much.
We're not frozen on our end right now, Sean. So keep us in the loop, you guys. If you think we're freezing
Yes,
up, let us know.
please. Yes, please.
Don't
pretty
be afraid.
please,
And
let
those
us
of you
know.
who have our personal Facebooks, message us directly if you think we're frozen, just so we know.
Or anyone that has our cell phone numbers, definitely shoot us a text. Please let us know. And if you see me looking down, it's not me being distracted. I actually have the feed on my phone, so this way I can.
He says it's working again. We're working again.
Okay.
Woo-hoo! All right, so
the storm. Blame it on the storm.
Yeah, the storm. It's universe shaking us up a little today. So I'm all right with it. So yeah, we wanted to do that. We wanted to talk about that. And again, if that's how you find your peace, we're all the hippie says it's working good here. So he's watching us on YouTube.
Okay, good.
He's watching us on YouTube on the TV. So he went a completely different route, and he's able to watch us because he watches us with Leanne. She's able to watch us on the big TV. And she thinks it's funny that Michelle and Thomas are going, "Hi, Annie." So it's good stuff. She just got an avatar stuffed animal today. I will be sharing the video everywhere in a little bit. I have to play with it a little bit. But she loves the movie Avatar, and she loves this toy. She is so happy. What a joy. It was from our dear friend Tommy E. And because I only have Thomases in my life. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Aside from my brother and dad, every other man is named Thomas. So Tommy E sent it to her as a gift, and man, she is so happy. She's holding on to it like this. She's so funny because she has that Molly doll that she carries everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she keeps making the avatar hiss because the avatars, they hiss. She keeps making it hiss at the Molly doll, and I'm like, I don't even know how to interpret that. That's very deep for me, like I'm walking away. But it's very cute and very sweet and very genuine, and what a nice gift. So thank you. Also, you know what? While we're here and I'm with all these enlightened people, she's holding it up now and showing it. That's so cute. Thank you. Oh, it's so cute, Annie.
Hi, Annie. I love you.
I also wanted to send some positive vibes to all the small businesses in Bartonsville. There was a huge fire. It's probably on the national news. I know all the stations were there.
Even I heard of it, and I'm in New York. Yeah.
Oh, did you hear of it?
Mm-hmm.
So my girl Tam, who's like one of my best friends.
Yeah.
You've met her.
Yeah.
Her mom's shop was one of the shops affected. So I know her, and my other friend Kayla, she's a therapist, and it was affected. Her whole place burned. And you know what she wrote, which broke my heart? She wrote my my client's safe space is burned, but my children's artwork that was on the wall is gone too. And I felt so sad for her. And there was a number of restaurants, maybe 3 restaurants in this shopping center. The dress shop, the therapy, there's a dentist.
I saw the dress shop. Yeah. I saw
so
the dress shop.
that's hers. So that's so funny that you saw it. You know. So that's you've met her. That's my dear friend. Yeah. So send some good vibes. I think no one got hurt. So best case scenario, no one got hurt. Sounds like everybody was insured, so I'm hoping to hear some stories about restarting at amazingness. And I'm hoping that all the brides that are getting married in the next few weeks that have had a total loss of their dress get some sort of amazing situation from one of the other local dress shops or from the manufacturers, rush some stuff directly to them, something of that nature. I don't know what is going to be the solution, but I just know there will be one. I know the universe, it's going to be one of those moments where we see the community pull together, and I'm excited to see how it happens. Like, what is it that pulls together? That's what I'm excited to see. Like, I'm like, all right, now let's look for the helpers. I have that whole Mr. Rogers thing down. Like, I'm ready now. I see something bad. Let's see some good stuff come of it.
Well, let me know if there's anything I can do even from here. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know that anybody needs like donations per se at this point. It's nothing really like that. It was mostly very small businesses, family businesses, things like that. But it looks like, people are going to get some stuff. I'm hoping there's not a lot of people who are put out of work from it.
What town was this again?
Bartonsville. It's like Stroudsburg. It's on the tip of Stroudsburg. It's really close to the Panera Bread I made you meet me at a few weeks ago.
Yep.
They'll just tie it all together. It's very close to that
Full
Panera
circle
Bread.
back to Panera. Yeah.
It all goes back to Panera.
Circles, yeah.
Ironically, for those of you who know me, I don't eat bread anyway. I do when I'm there. If bread falls onto my plate somehow, I'm like, all right, I'm going to eat that bread. But I do try to stay away from the carbs.
Yeah.
And that is a killer for me, but their bread is the greatest.
Yeah.
But
like, Michelle, what do you want? Oh, no, I don't know. Yeah, no, she'll have one of those, and she'll have one of those.
Like,
and
I want soup. No, not in a bread bowl. No. And at the end, somehow there's bread on my plate anyway, and I'm like, I guess I'm just going to have to eat this. But listen, I do not want to put the weight back on. I like being healthy and fit, and for me,
we weren't that bad. Yeah, we weren't that bad.
That day, I think I had a cookie. I was pretty bad.
We did. No, we definitely ate cookies.
Oh, we split it. We split the cookie.
We split it. Yeah, we split the cookie. Yeah, we split the
biggest
cookie.
I ever saw.
We bought 2. No, we bought 2. We split one, and you brought one home for your husband. Because I said that would be a nice thing to do. We both said it would be a nice thing to do when you brought one home for your husband.
You're right. That is what happened.
So TJ, if you're listening, I was thinking about you. I said, no. We'll get 2.
Yeah,
we'll get 2.
That was a while ago. He doesn't remember. Do you remember? Let's see. I'll write it. Oh, they had good Chinese in there, and there was also Po. So they had 4 restaurants in there because they had a farm table restaurant, which was everybody's favorite for breakfasts. And then they had a good Chinese place. They had a place called Po, which was a different Asian food, but it was great. I don't know what kind of Asian
Probably
food.
Vietnamese.
Yeah. Thank you. And then finally they had a Subway, but it was a quick, easy Subway. I'd been there many times. It was like, the Subway down here is busy. Let's go to that one. So all together, let's little good thoughts for them, and there was a lot of little shops. This wasn't like a little strip mall. This was like a huge place. They had this escape room that I went to a few times. No.
You got to figure out the clues. Yeah, you got to figure out. Yeah.
Oh, Fountain Court down in Bartonsville burned today, and it was heartbreaking. A lot of small little family businesses in there. And Trey lives in the area, but I think if you didn't know what was going on and you weren't going that way, you didn't know. But the road was closed. They closed 6-11 for a long time, which is a big inconvenience in our area.
Yeah.
So now you guys,
we'll send them good vibes. Yeah. I'm gonna put in a healing request.
Thank you. I was gonna ask you to send me that link. If you just did it, great. Yeah. Great. Yeah. So everybody,
I'm making myself a note.
Yeah.
To do that after the show.
All right.
So commercial.
Well, and so I did want to bring. So we went and we are almost at the end of our topic because in 10 minutes when we do our next commercial, then we're going to bring Beth on.
We're going to bring Beth on.
Yes. So we're excited about that, but we're still going to continue with the things that you manifest because that was what we said we were going to keep talking about. So let's keep on our task. So this ties into my concern about toxic positivity. Let me tell you
Yes,
why.
I was just about to ask you about that. Yeah, because you and I were
Listen
messaging
now.
about this earlier,
So
and then
no
we said
one-
let's stop, and then we're gonna save it for the
No
show.
one that was hit by that fire manifested a fire. I'm going to tell you that. And it stinks that there was a fire. I know that you have a different opinion, but no. If someone gets beat by a stranger or a bad boyfriend, they did not deserve it. They did not manifest it. They did not do anything to deserve it. And that's where it's considered toxic. However, it is our job to do two things. To as therapists, because I'm a therapist now, you say, okay, I'm sorry that happened to you. Now what can we do to learn from it, change it, and not do it again? That's where you do the change of mindset there.
Mm-hmm.
So you say, well, he did, he accepted that person into their life. Well, sometimes you accept a really great person into your life that turns out to be a bad person, and you have no idea. You didn't manifest that. That is not your fault. You don't have to accept some sort of blame for that. That's where the line is of toxicity. Like, nobody who got hit on September 11th manifested September 11th. However, maybe some of those people who said, you know what, I'm not going to go downstairs, like those were the choices and stuff like that. But I would never, ever put it out there and give people guilt, because that's not what the universe wants for us. They want to maybe have something happen that you can then overcome, or you can then modify, learn from, So let's say this fire might turn out to be the best thing for, let's say the escape room. The escape room, by the way, was really awesome. So they had a great escape room. But maybe now when they get the insurance money, they can build a huge, giant escape center with different rooms and changes.
Yeah.
So like, I'm hoping you go to the other side of this, and you can say, okay, how do we make our lemonade out of these lemons? How do we, using our positivity to stay positive? But when they talk about the toxic, it's like when they say, okay, somebody's been raised it came out. The reason I got on this topic, remember, I said I wanted to talk about it a little bit, was because I had gotten sucked into digging up the Duggards, which is that family that was on THC. They were fundamental Christians, and they had 18 and counting, or 19. They had like 18 or 19 kids. And what they were saying was this toxic positivity to their story was that they would say, this is God's will, and this is what the universe wants for you, and you need to be obedient in it. And and that was the teaching.
They're
so
mistaken.
Girls, they are mistaken. And that's where the line is, because it's like, well, you're just supposed to accept this as your fate and make the best out of it. So if your husband beats you, but you're married to him and it's within our church, you should just smile and be like, okay. And that is never acceptable. And that is when we can make decisions, and we can still use our positivity to say, okay, I know tomorrow will be a better day. I might end up in a, in a crisis center for a few days because I don't have a place to live, but it's still going to be better than with the guy who beat me. So you can still spin it positive, but you still need to be there and say to them, I understand you. I hear you. You don't want to say to them in that moment, everything happens for a reason, because that's shitty. I'm sorry to curse, but like at that moment that didn't happen for a reason. The reason is your spouse, your boyfriend's a scumbag. So, let's spin it. Now we can look forward at the positive stuff. So there is that line. And that was all I wanted to talk about, because I have actually been accused of being toxically positive in the past. And I was sad by it. It was a good friend of mine, and she wasn't trying to hurt my feelings at all, but she was just like there. And then as a therapist, though, I also recognized there are times when you say, how can we learn a lesson from it? And there are times that you can say, tell me more. How can I support you? You have to kind of walk that line and recognize that sometimes somebody's venting, and that's allowed at that moment if they're still going through the trauma, versus someone who's stuck on it and can't get out of the loop. So you are allowed to speak, and you and I have talked about this. You are allowed to say the truths. So something bad happens and you're unhappy with it, I can tell you the story of that bad thing happening. Now, if I dwell on it and I tell it to you more than once, you try to change my verbiage. That's what we do. That's our relationship. You'll be like, Michelle, I'm so happy and thankful that you had this opportunity for contrast. And now look at it this way. But you don't do that the first time you're hearing me tell you, because the first time I'm telling you
Yeah, you want to hear it. Yeah.
what happened, you need to know it. I need to come to terms with it. You need to grieve it. So that's where the line is. Does that make sense? I hope that
Yeah.
So earlier today when you were like, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm like, I want to explain it to you because I want you to know that I don't mean it like I do believe we manifest ourselves. I do believe we manifest what we want. But things happen along that path that we don't always have complete control over. Like we might maybe like you and I talk about this all the time. We're not allowed to pick how it happens. We can pick what happens. You pick I want to move to a better home. And you start manifesting a better home. But you might not get to pick the path of getting to that new home. Because if you start going on to the little details, you start to get stuck in the details and now you can't get there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. So sometimes some of the details might be, and I hate to use this one because we're so behind on bills and stuff, like, but maybe it's that you have to lose your home in some bad way. Maybe it's, you lose your home in a hurricane. Okay. Or foreclosure or whatever, something happens. But then it gives you the opportunity to move into the better home. And you're like, well
how many people, when they lose, quote unquote, lose their jobs, and then all of a sudden they get the job of their dreams? Yes. They had to be released from your current situation. Yeah, you had to be released from the current situation in order to get to across the street to the other situation.
I was letting go of that situation. I was fighting. No, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. And it was already beyond making it work. And I had to come to the point where I was releasing it. And now I'm moving on to other things that are piquing my interest in different ways. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know I would like this, or I didn't know this was what I was going to be interested in.
Yeah, until you're in it. Yeah. Until you're in it.
Yeah. So that was kind of what I was getting at with all of this, is that like we don't always have control over all the details of it. Some of these details might stink. And we need to also remember to say, okay, it's okay to tell me about that trauma.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I was saying. Yeah, I wasn't saying don't discuss
but
the
if you
trauma.
dwell in the trauma, that's where it becomes the other toxic. I don't know. Toxic.
Yeah. When we dwell, then we don't move past it. Yeah. When we dwell, we don't move past it.
If I keep telling you the same story, about what happened to me and my dog died that week, and we all know I had a bad week. If I keep rehashing every single thing that happened in that week, I'm never going to get past it. Now I'm focusing on, because that stuff happened, I'm able to move forward. Oh, all right. So Jennifer's telling us a story. All right. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jennifer says that she lost her apartment from a hurricane and she wasn't happy there for a long time. And it wound up that she was able to find a wonderful place and she was able to move to it. Like, that makes a huge difference. We're going to have a commercial break, Hippie, and then Beth will be on right after. So anyway, that was, she's already joining us. So we're going to do our commercial break. We're going to give Beth we're going to get Beth going on here. And I hope that everybody got something from the manifesting. We do manifest the bad and the good. It's not that we manifest the bad. We just went through this and I'm already saying it wrong. Is that if you sit there and you focus on those negative things, it keeps you in them. And if you acknowledge them and you say, I don't like this contrast, and then you start to focus on the positive, that's how you get past it. Am I right? Is that the lessons we're learning today? I'm asking you, Thomas.
Oh, me? Yeah, sort of, because I have a little bit of a different opinion.
Oh, okay.
So at what point is the almighty universe powerless at manifesting what we think about?
So that's so funny because Wayne Dyer did a whole series on it.
Right. So when we say, I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late, I don't want to be late, what happens is the universe doesn't hear the word don't, it just hears late. So what happens is we get caught in traffic. We end up becoming traffic. So at what point is it not our thoughts creating our reality? When clearly all of our thoughts create reality.
So Wayne says that is a huge Buddhist thing that they meditate over. When is it that we manifested ourselves? And when is it that the universe puts it in our head? And he goes, and it's when you realize it's both simultaneously that you've reached enlightenment. So the answer to that is both, I mean, that's Wayne, and I always felt he was a pretty knowledgeable guy when he was alive. I always listened to his stuff, but I actually listened to something
so great.
ironically this week where he said it's both. The universe is giving you those thoughts and giving you those things, and you're thinking them. And when they start to go together, that's when you've reached when you start to realize it's all the same. Because that is the question of all the Christian religions, right? Some of the Christian religions say God wrote the book already for your whole life, and some of them say you have free will to do what you want. And that's literally the difference between the two religions. Like, when you hear the word Christian, but there's like Baptist people who aren't Christian, Lutheran, Methodist. That's where the differences lie.
Yeah.
And like, did God write this story for me in advance and I'm just living it out? Or do I have free will and God's watching me make choices with what he gave me? And that's the difference between the Christian religions and why we fight so much. We have wars over it. I'm not really Christian anymore, so I shouldn't we us anymore. But that's where I'm saying it. So anyway, okay, we're going to do a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have Beth with us. So yay. She's going to do some card readings for us. Unfortunately, Lori's still here. I guess Loretta had to go. And I think they're two different people. All right, so here we go.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen.
Hello.
Now, something is on fleek. It's exactly
So when
like
the
saying,
commercials are
"That's
over,
rad."
when the
It simply means
commercials
that
are
something
over,
is
then
awesome
we'll
or cool.
chat you up. All right.
Another one is
So you know what? When I look down, I'm shuffling. Okay.
totally.
Okay.
That's short.
Hey, listen. Do you
As in,
want to
I
give me
totes
a
love going to the
PayPal
mall.
or a
Another word
Cash
you
App
might
or something? If anybody
is
wants to
jelly.
send you a tip or anything
Jelly
for
is
the
a shorter,
reading,
better way to say jealous.
You have my
As
Cash App, don't you?
Truly, I am like so
I can
jelly
look
on
it up.
unicorn
I
phone.
bet you I have it on my phone.
You don't
You
have
might-
to speak teen.
Only
to be
because you might be able to make a link.
Thousands of
or
teens in
something.
foster care will think you're rad.
And I
just
also
the
wanted to
same.
tell people they could reach out to
learn
you and you
more,
would do a
visit
private one for
adoptuskids.org.
a small fee. Am I
A public
correct?
service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person,
Side and
but
Beth
as a
and Manic Muse
at home.
all together.
Everyone knows her as Gabriella.
I can't hear you.
I still call her mom.
I know. It's the money sign.
Your
And
hero
that-
needs you now, and
that man
AARP is here to
remote.
help. Find the care guides you need to help,
Money
complete
side
with
what?
tips and
I'll
resources
send it to you.
at aarp.org/caregiving.
Gotcha.
A public
Got
service
it already.
announcement
Oh, no.
brought to you by
You did.
AARP and the Ad Council.
Now you might have it in a minute.
WTHC. This is Michelle with the Perfect Positivity Show and my co-host Thomas.
Hello.
And
Thank you
then
everyone for joining.
Yes. And we have on our friend Beth. She is a card reader. And I actually took a class with her where she taught me how, and she gave me a little history. Can you just tell me the quick version? Like, where does cards come from? Like, so when people do readings, where did this come from?
So it was invented in Italy as a game. And they used to, like, all different artists would make all the different cards and, all different. That's why there's so many different ones. And then it didn't, until it reached France, they didn't think that it was,
Like, it was just for fun.
yeah, it was just for fun, but it always worked, And then when it got to France, they started saying it was, evil. And so they are the ones that put spirituality into the card readings.
But was it evil? Is it evil? Is this a dark art you're doing with me?
No, my whole family
No.
always read cards. It's not really a big deal. It's not.
Okay.
But it is a good tool, like, to know what's coming and what the universe is, helping you with there.
Dishing out. Yeah.
So you want to hear my statistics story?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell us about what you manifested in statistics, because that's a toughie.
So I have to take a statistics course, and you guys have to excuse my voice, but I have to take a statistics course, and I'm terrible at math, okay? And I have a 4.0 in all my classes, but I do not like math. So I went into it dreading it, like, oh, great, this is not going to be fun. And so the first 2 weeks were horrible. And then I said, you have to embrace this, because I complain all the time about how easy my classes are. Don't I, Michelle? Like, it's boring to me now.
Yes, you're a very good student who like blows through the classes.
Yeah. So now I've got a challenge, right? And that's how I took it up. I said, you know what? I'm going to embrace this class. It's a challenge, and I'm bored, and I need to just study more and get it done. So the last 2 weeks now, I've got all hundreds on everything. Like, I get
it. Yeah. Right. You spun it around because you weren't being challenged. So now this was like, hey, let me try. I like it.
I really put it out in the universe that I'm bored, and then I complain when I got something hard to do, something to work at, So that was fun to do too.
Yeah, well, so that ties everything together we said, I guess. Basically, exactly what we were talking about. Like, you were like, I'm feeling a little bit bored by these classes. And then the universe is like, here, we'll throw something at you. And then you were like, I don't know if I want statistics. But then you were like, let me change it and let me shift my thought. I like it. I like it very much.
I got to pass it. I got to do it, So that's why.
Good. All right. So at some point, I would love to add a way that if anybody wants to, Beth is doing this for free tonight, but she will do private readings. If you ever wanted to, she'll do it on Facebook, and she can do like a private reading on. She would do it live if you lived close enough, but she does it on Facebook and stuff like that. You could do an instant messenger, chat where she'll do a reading for you in the future. If you want an intensive one, these are less intensive readings. And I wanted her to start with me.
Yeah, I'm going to do 3 cards. So before I start, the 2 is really bugging me, the number 2, before while I'm getting ready to come here. And I don't know who it has something to do with. But 2 has to do with a decision.
Well, that might have to do with mine then.
Yeah. 2 has to do with a decision. Now, I don't know if it's like, it depends on what suit it was in, what it would be about, like money.
All right.
A job.
So do I tell you my question? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
You can. It doesn't matter. You can tell
me. So I have a bunch of things coming, a bunch of opportunities for work. You know me, I'm a very work driven person. That's like always my topic. I manifested this, and Thomas can verify this. I kept saying, I just can't wait till I have all these opportunities. My license came in the mail this week, and the opportunities are falling in front of me, and they're amazing. And I'm so thankful because I need it, and I'm ready, and I'm there. So I have a couple different opportunities, but now I'm starting to go, okay, I don't know what opportunity it is I really want, because some of them really are all good ones, like that I would be interested in. And now I'm going, I don't know, I like this idea, but I kind of like this one, and this is different and not something I ever thought of before. And so I don't want to overthink it, because I know that doesn't help you. That kind of leads you in the wrong direction. So I'm wondering about my job opportunities now, and kind of what direction I should go in. Is that not enough of a yes or no? Does it need to be more yes or no-y?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
Let's see.
Trey put some pretty tarot cards out into the feed that Trey, if you guys don't know, she's a major amazing artist, and she talked about one of her students designing tarot cards. Very cool. Trey.
They're pretty. Yeah, I'm looking at them now.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so this has nothing to do with business.
Well, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
No. Maybe I'm focused on business, but the universe is saying, hey, wake up. There's other stuff going on around you, and that's legit.
Yeah, so this is, I'm trying to get it in the thing there.
3 of Swords.
So you have the 3 of Swords.
They're going through a heart.
Yeah.
Upside down.
So
okay,
it can mean just turmoil, and, it doesn't necessarily mean a breakup. It's more turmoil and stuff like that going on.
My husband is watching.
What's funny is that the King of Pentacles is behind that, like behind.
Did you hold
it
it up higher? There you go.
There it is.
Yep. All right. So what does that one stand for? Tell me.
So that's the King of Pentacles, and he's very wise in money. He has money.
Okay.
I don't know who he is, but that's who you're in the past. You've leaned on and stuff. And then this card came up.
I can't hold it up. I can't see it. Oh, I see some naked people.
It's
lovers. So do I have a rich lover in my future? Sweetheart, don't be mad if I am going to run off with a rich lover for a little while. I'll send money home.
The rich guy's more in your past.
Oh.
The rich guy's more in your past, okay? But this is, I mean, the lovers are content, like very content and in their own little world and, evolved. And that's pretty much what's going on with you right now. That's a lot of energy that's coming from you, more than the work energy, or else that would have showed up.
Interesting. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you for the reading. And whatever, I guess in the next few months, we'll see how that all plays out.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I don't know that I ever really dated anybody all that rich. I did when I was very, very young. I did.
Maybe it's your dad.
Maybe. He's rich. My mom's going to be on here in 2 seconds. My mom's asking for readings. So she's going to tell you that she's not rich, just so you know in advance.
He doesn't have to be rich. It's just that
I have depended on him numerous times in the past, and he has always saved me. He's a great dad and a great mom.
Not necessarily a lover. And the king is also older, so yeah, I think it's your
okay.
father.
I will go with my dad on that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Who has recently saved me. Recently paid for something, and I was like, I didn't expect him to, and it made a huge difference in my whole week. So it was good. Oh yeah. Okay, so thank you for that. And then
may I go next real quick since we're the hosts? And
sure.
So I don't really have a question. It's more general. It's what?
The perks to having a show.
Yep.
Right.
It's really just more general, just kind of like what's in the ethos, what's floating around for me. I don't really have a specific question.
Okay, you don't have to. I'll tell you what's going on. Won't I, Michelle?
Thank you. And I'm also curious which deck you use too, because I'm very into like the artwork of various tarot
So this
decks.
is in the past. This is a we're losing.
Wait, who is that?
Can you see it? That's
No.
the Page of Swords.
Oh.
All right. So what does it mean?
Okay.
What does it mean?
He's very young and ambitious. This is in the past. This is kind of what you stand on. So he's very young, very ambitious. He's pretty smart. He's not really foolish guy, this one. Okay? That's this one.
So could that represent himself, or does that represent somebody else?
It could represent himself. It could. Now this is
that hits the hammer on the head of my friend here.
This is, you see it? More swords.
The Five of Swords. Five of Swords or Four of Swords?
Five.
Oh.
So he is he's just won a battle. Okay, so he's just come through a whole hard time of working to get where he's going to go and stuff, and he's looking back at all he's been through to get where he is right now. Okay,
Sounds about right. Yep.
That makes sense.
Oh yes.
Well, you're going to love this one here. So the 10 of Pentacles is your last one.
Mm.
And that's money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that means that means that it's gonna pay off.
What did I say to you? Oh, good. Lori's back. What did I say? I said to Thomas yesterday, I like it when you make money because you always treat me and you always
I always share. Yeah, I always share.
So I said, I'm always so happy for you when you make money because you're always like, hey, want to go out to eat?
Hand to God, I do. Hand to God, I do. Yeah, I do. I try to, whenever I try to manifest extra, let's just call it dollars, just extra money, extra prosperity, I always do it with a sense of, do you know how much I can help people? Do you know how much I can give away if I have extra? Do you know how much, I can help other people be prosperous? because I don't think it's fair to ask it selfishly, like I just want it just for me. And sure enough, a check shows up, something shows up, blah, blah, blah shows up. And then I feel wealthy, and then I meet up with someone, or I'll give. I've given more stuff away. I've given Italian hand-forged cutlery knives away that were worth hundreds of dollars. You know, I met up with Michelle. All right, let's go to lunch. Who cares? Yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever you want.
He always like sends, he buys stuff for himself and then doesn't wear them. And then is like, would Tommy want these brand new Nikes? Yes. Yes, my teenage child would like those brand new Nikes. Yeah. Thank you. And whatever it is, you know, it's crazy stuff. And it's,
I think that he's like me with that stuff. I think he's like me with that. Like, I just say it and I'm not even thinking it's going to come to me. I just ask Michelle, I'll be like, I really need some potatoes.
This is the Beth, when I talk about it all the time. She manifested a vacation when we were both struggling financially at a point of like, how are we going to get out of this? How are we going to live? And she was like, I'm taking the kids on vacation. And I was like, sure you are. I think I might have said, okay. Like I did. That sounds great.
Yeah.
You're talking about vacation. I'm wondering about food.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, we're going to go on vacation before the school year. And a vacation happened for her exactly how she wanted it.
Do this.
What did you say?
I just go, I'm going to do this. And I do
it.
Yeah.
She does it. And she does it.
And that's really how you tell the universe. Yeah, that's literally how we manifest.
Yeah.
But thank you, Allie, because Allie said I can testify to that.
All right, I'm asking Lori another question. I know Lori and Carol were both on the list. Oh, Lori is here. I don't know that I can bring up a fourth person. I think we can only have 3 people on. Otherwise, I'd bring Lori up. We've brought Lori up before. She was our first guest, I believe. Oh, somebody wrote Carol. I swear I wrote Lori. Do you have a question? I meant to write Lori.
I can't see your writing. So.
That's right. I will tell you if there's a question comes up. Her name is Lori. You know what? Let me see if I'm able to invite one more person. I might be able to, and I'm just unaware. So.
Well, the train's coming, so.
That train sound is that's the Discord. That's people signing in and out of Discord.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know how to turn that off. I'm sure Hippie does, but it's I'm not a professional DJ.
Hang on. While we're trying to figure that out, I just saw a question Jennifer asked. Is it possible to share Beth's info so she can schedule a private reading? So Beth, I want you to give out maybe an email address or some way that people can get a hold of you, so this way you can increase your clientele.
My email is manicmuse.bm@gmail.com. You got that?
I'm going to write it there.
MUSE.
No, MANICMUSE .bm@gmail.com. Tell them to say they'd like a reading in the subject, because I might not see it.
Okay. So everyone got that? It's manicmuse.bm, her initials, @gmail.com.
I want a reading in the subject. I swear I typed make sure you write or something, but I guess I'm typing fast. manicmuse.bm@gmail.com. So BM, what does that stand for, Beth? Because I know it's your name.
Her name,
I went a different direction.
Her name, you fool.
Manic Muse on the bathroom.
Nothing to do.
That's I got your actual initials. I'm sorry, my friend.
I got teased in school about that so much. I would be like, usually when I use
what does that stand
usually
for?
When
what
I
does
use
that stand for, BM?
I usually use an E when I do my initials because
right, because that's and I would have thought EM would have been your initials, but I get it. Most people do call you Beth. Everybody I know does call you Beth, so you're definitely a Beth. All right, so
just for the record, what does the M stand for?
Oh, Majeri.
Okay. See, everyone. See, it's not what we. Yeah.
Movement. It doesn't have anything to do with any movement.
No, it's got nothing to do with fiber. No. Beth, what deck?
But
do you
everyone's
use?
gonna
Which
remember
tarot
your
deck
name
do you
now.
use? Yeah. Which tarot deck do you use?
I have 4 right now, and but I use the Rider Waite deck mostly because that's what I grew up with. So
It's a great deck, yeah.
But I have a tattoo deck that I love, and just different ones. So
And I actually did this quiz recently on what deck would be best for me, and it came out with this really beautiful angel deck that I would love. And I was like, that's so nice, but I have a deck, and I'm not one to buy another until this one.
I
wears
might
out.
have that angel deck, but it's not regular tarot cards. It's like you pull a
The
card
major
every day.
arcana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you pull a
it's major
card
arcana.
So that's what I took the quiz, and it was like, you're
I
made
might
for
have
the
one
angel
now.
deck. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's wonderful. But I thought it was cute that they came up with a quiz, like, what's your best one? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty deck.
I
It's
love
really
a quiz. I am from the generation of we
He's
sat
the
with
one
Maggie
keeping all the
and did
Facebook
quizzes.
quizzes going.
Yeah.
You know, Michelle's
All
doing
right.
it single-handedly.
All right, so I'm looking here, and I know that she is still here, but I don't see her question. So can you just do a reading for Lori? Could you just like pick a card for her or something?
Well, she says I'm back. The last I saw from Lori, it just said I'm back.
Too. Yeah, but then she hasn't written anything since, and I was like, right here, you know.
Maybe
her.
Oh, there she is. She's here. No, she's here.
All right, Lori. So it's about health. Okay. She wants to know about health.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair. That's perfect. That's a perfect way to place it for us because that gives us a general idea. All right. And Lori is a wonderful, wonderful friend of Hippies. I know you are too. And she's just a great friend of the show. She's always supporting the station. So, and this is WTHC Radio, and this is the Perfect Positivity Show. And Thomas and I are so excited to welcome Beth, who is reading some tarot cards for us.
So this card is your past. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to go backwards to get into the screen here. It's funny. It's the 9 of Pentacles.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it still.
It's very pretty.
This is what you're standing on right now. That means you did have a whole lot of good time, like recently, money-wise and stuff. You were at least secure with it. So that's what's there. And then the next one is the King of Cups. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tell me when you can see it.
Now, over a little bit. Yep. King of Cups.
There you go.
That's a shiny one.
The King of Cups is also very wise, an older man, but he's a very spiritual guy. So if that means anything to you. And he is like with you right now, kind of going through whatever with you or helping you.
Oh, Lori, someone's going through things with you, helping you out.
The last card is the heart, and this just means that you are going to have a little bit of a hard time, like, but you'll be okay. But you're going to go through a little bit of something soon.
Okay, Lori.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you started back to church. Like I said, if it brings you peace and it brings you joy, that's what I say. Go for it. You know.
Yeah. So Lori, now knowing what we know. No, go ahead, Beth. What?
I look at church like this. It's all energy. The whole world's energy, right? So if you've got 200 people praying for you and sending you that energy, it's better than sitting in your bed crying alone, praying for stuff. Okay, because that 200 people send you that energy, that does work, whether you believe in God or whatever you believe in. That energy binds those
energy is like it's a psychology thing, you know, like we were talking about before. It's a science thing. Like we all have these energies in us, and it's not, you know, and yes, we can, if we need to connect it to a spiritual unicorn or Jesus. I don't mean that I know Jesus is a real person and it's documented. I'm not saying it like that, but I just mean if we need to connect it to make that connection to get us to that next level, I think it's fantastic, and that's the way you have to do it. So I agree. It's just the powers of everybody focusing on that good thing and something happening good.
Yeah.
You know,
and like Beth said, and Lori, like Beth said, you know, if a hard time is coming up, Try to focus on the positive that you have around you. Try to focus on what's abundant in your life. That'll actually help pad the negative that may be coming up in your life. You know,
That was hippie, not me, by the way.
What?
What'd he do?
He just wrote hippie stuff, but he's teasing Lori because he loves her and they're very close. But just ignore him. Just want you to know that sometimes when it types, it's me, and sometimes it's him. That's him. Okay.
So yes, so just focus on what's abundant. Focus on what's prosperous.
The other thing.
Yes. I know you do, Lori. God help you.
Okay, one more thing I'd like to say to her is that, you know, I just went through a really bad thing last year with my granddaughter. Okay, she is 5 years old and has a brain tumor. Okay, she did. So I would try to remind people instead of praying for Carmela, because a lot of times when you're praying for people, I don't know, you kind of are covered with sadness and darkness and you're worried about them. But if you picture them in love, like, you know, having fun at a party or doing something like that, then you're sending them good energy. Okay.
That's what I started saying to people. I send you love and light. I stopped saying I'm praying for you. And it's not because I'm not. I might even throw in some Hail Marys.
Positive vibes. Yeah, I'm sending
Hail
you.
Marys.
Yeah.
But I am sending
Hail Marys.
What'd you say? I didn't hear it.
What'd you say, Beth?
We're sending you away.
It's the storm.
Come and go.
Yeah, so
the storm's going in and out. We're going in and out.
Oh, I see. You're having issues.
We're going in and out with the storm.
She lives right past
on my
these
computer.
storms
It's
past
going
me,
in
and now
and
it's
out,
going on
so
her end.
we're
You're still
laughing.
good. You're still good on our end. You're still here.
Well, now you're super fast. You just went super fast.
Oh, so Trey says don't do a reading because she lets it get into her she lets it get into her subconscious and it causes her some stuff. But
yeah, I get that.
And I know that Carol left. She messaged me that she was leaving for a little while, so we're not going to read for her. Is Allie interested? Does Allie have something she wants to talk about today?
So we're waiting for Allie. Trey, what's up with my quote unquote? What's up with my subconscious manifesting? Those must be the predominant thoughts in your subconscious.
Yeah.
So try to train what you're looking at. Try to train what you're focused on.
And that goes back to the science of it too. Like, so behaviorism, which is the type of therapy I do, when you're working with a family, you don't just say, hey, I want to do it this way, and that's the way you do it from there forward. You practice it and practice it and practice it and practice it until you retrain your brain to every single time that happens, you respond like this. That happens, you respond like this. So it's the same thing. You know, you go, okay, like I for years and years was like, I can't meditate, my brain goes too fast. I can't meditate, my brain goes too fast. And then when I started working on it and focusing, now I meditate pretty well. I can get there. Yeah, I know, but you can actually, I listen to this thing at nighttime that helps guide my dreams because I have a lot of bad dreams. We were just talking, this is so funny. Everybody's
we were just talking about this. Yeah.
I have a lot of bad dreams and I have been guiding them with these guided, there's guided meditations, but there's also guided hypnosis, sleep hypnosis that have been, I think they work for me. It's a full 8 hours. I listen all night long and it's somebody whispering in my ear. Like, you are going to have a powerful day tomorrow. You're going to do amazing things all night long. But you know what? I'm not having the bad dreams because that's playing in my ear the whole night.
Yeah.
So,
and also Trey, try something what's called reframing. So when you're settling down in bed and you're comfortable in your pillow, just kind of take note of like how soft the pillow is and your comfort level and how you feel, and then go through your day and then reframe it. So let's just say argumentatively, let's just say for argument's sake, you had an argument with someone. You know what? Go back over that argument, but not in the sense of like you want to relive it. Reframe it as to what you wanted to happen, what you wanted to see, what you wanted, how you wanted it to go. If there was a situation, reframe it how you wanted it to go. And then kind of smooth that energy out from the day before you finish the day by falling to sleep, you know, and then see how that works. Somebody actually told that to me many years ago. I do it every single night. I got to tell you, it's a game changer. It's a total game changer. A lot of times I forget, but when I do remember, it's a total game changer. oh, I woke up and I didn't say this, that, the other, and I woke up and then I stumbled, and then that stumble fell into this, and then and then this, and then that, and then I dropped the thing, and then the coffee spilled, and then that, and I was like, and then late at night, I'll be like, no, wait, let's go back mentally. How did I really want that to happen? I wanted to get out of bed and not stub my toe, and then I wanted to, and then I'll see myself actually getting from the bed to the hallway, smooth sailing without bumping, and just reframe it. Just reframe it. This way you change the energy back into a positive. And then while you're doing that, the exact same way you're doing that, exactly what Michelle said, then also reframe how you want tomorrow to go. And this doesn't take very long. Take 2 minutes. Take 60 seconds to do your current day, and then take 60 seconds to do the next day. And then see how that goes. I want to hear back from you. That's your homework. I want to hear back, and I want to see how that goes for you.
That's not for us. That's for WTHC, which is awesome that you're trying to advertise here. But this is the Perfect Positivity Show. Now, Jackson, if you're looking,
he put my email up.
Oh,
yeah,
Jackson Charles. No, I put your email up.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
there's somebody else in the feed who is selling weed. Plain and simply, that's what they're doing. That's fantastic. That's not our WT. That's not what we're doing here. No, that's not our deal.
Yeah, no, we don't do that here.
That's not our thing. We're so happy for those of you who do it, and we think it brings you enlightenment. We also feel like it's fantastic. But what we're doing here, what we're doing here is we're looking for people who are looking for a reading. So I'm going to run a commercial. And during the commercial break, anybody else who wants a reading, post a question over in the thing. I know there's Jennifer, Trey, if you changed your mind. We have Allie. We have a bunch of people who are commenting in here.
Yeah, Allie, where are you? Yeah.
If anybody else wants a reading, write it in there. In the meantime, I'm going to run our commercial breaks for WTHC and the Perfect Positivity Show. I thought I was going to be better at it. There we go.
We're getting better.
Badger Heart Puppetry.
Every day.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry.
Beth, thank you so much again for coming out. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's a treat. It's an absolute treat having you here.
He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact George today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. Also make marketing items too.
Hey, Sean.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting.
That's what I think.
A teenager learning the lingo.
Today, I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
Tell us a question or something that you have a little thing, and we'll do a tarot card reading for you. So welcome and happy to see you back, Sean. You were here earlier. Steve's there too. Steve, you've been here the whole time. If you want a reading, let us know, man.
Yeah, Steve, go get a reading.
Services, Adopt US Kids,
come on, buddy.
and the Ad Council.
If there's time, I'd love to see Beth's cards show about romance and love life. Oh, so Jen wants to know about her love life. So when we're back,
in a matter of seconds,
and Sean just wants the future. So yeah, we got two people now.
Or an entrepreneur.
Okay, who's after the commercial?
Yeah, wait till it's almost over.
She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that
and
lurk
Michelle,
in the
I'll
shadows.
send you information because these are the two
Once this woman put back
angel
together
decks that I have.
teenage
Two of
girl's
them.
broken
beautiful.
heart, which had been
That's the one I
shattered
have, the peach one.
Which
just
one?
by giving her a bear
The
hug.
peach one.
She masquerades
I
as a
love this.
regular
I
person
love
at
this
work,
deck.
but as
Yes.
a superhero at home.
That's
Everyone
so
knows
funny.
her as Gabriella. I still call her mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving.
Crystal cards,
A public service
Ooh,
announcement
those are
brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
animal cards.
Oh, God.
WTHC. We were just, Thomas was during the commercial break. I said that we weren't going to do anything too fun. And then Thomas started showing us all the decks of tarot cards he has, which are a whole bunch of beautiful cards.
Yeah, I have a thing for the artwork. I really do.
He's a collector of the art. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we have Jen looking to hear about some romance and any future romance in her life. Sean has some questions. Oh, the hippie wants a reading. And so we have 3 people lined up now because, I mean, the hippie, he's a reading.
Well, Jen got some really good cards for romance.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Let me get him in here.
Beautiful, yes.
He's dark and he has money, or he knows how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that's his guy. He's behind you though, so I don't know. But now look.
Good for her.
Wait.
Oh. Ooh.
So then she has the 7 of Pentacles. This is like she's kind of fertilizing that garden. You know what I mean?
Oh, the garden's being fertilized, Jen.
Yes, so maybe there's a little flirtation going on there with her. But she's got money, or there's money coming because the money keeps coming up for her. And
Yeah, that's 2 pentacles in a row. Yeah.
Then she got the 2 of Cups.
Oh,
okay.
Love.
Which is, it's a lover's card. But this is also like kind of a decision too, because it's a 2.
I love it. So that's a pretty clear one. Oh, Steve said he wants to know about getting a job. So now we have another person. All right. So that was awesome. Thank you. And
does that make sense to her?
Jen, let us know if that resonates with you in some way. If you already have a little flirtatious going,
give a thumbs up.
And maybe you have she sees love in your future and might be financially. Does that mean I need to choose between 2 people? Oh, does that 2 mean
2 of Cups? Yeah, it kind of looks like.
Oh,
yeah.
Jen, you got to keep us upgraded on that. You got to keep us updated on that. Upgraded.
I want to know what's happening.
I want to know. Woo! Well,
not for long, Jen. Not for long.
Money and men are coming your way.
Money and men.
Money and whomever.
Not for long, Jen.
There you go.
Money and love. Money and love. Yay, Jen! I can't wait to hear.
Okay, go ahead. What is so funny?
He's doing a sexy dance in the middle.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I wasn't even watching. I was watching my cards. That's so funny.
All right. So Sean was just wondering a basic what's happening in his future kind of thing. What's going on?
Well, Sean. Oops.
Oh. If a card jumps out, does that mean you should always use it or you shouldn't?
Yeah, I use it.
Yeah. That's what I feel like. If it jumps out, you need to use that card. Sean.
Uh-oh. Okay. There's a lot going on here.
Oh my goodness.
So he got the moon. You see the moon?
Yes.
Which is the moon's actually a lucky card, but it's a lot of contemplating on kind of spiritual things.
Okay.
So he's going to be doing that if he's not already. And then this is the 9 of Cups. That's what's mostly on your mind or covering you right now. It's spiritual too. The cups are spiritual. So, but he's very close to being where he wants to be, like content and all. And this is now. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what it's saying. Now, the last card, don't get alarmed, okay? Don't get alarmed. So don't get alarmed. He got the devil.
Okay.
So, so the devil means kind of selfish things like gluttony and envy, things like that. So if there's something like that going on, like, you need to work on letting go of all that because it's not going to serve you at all.
So it doesn't mean anything bad's coming to you. It just means that you got
Watch out for negative patterns. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Negative feelings, or negative personality. Yeah. That's what it means. So I hope that makes sense for you. I like to say don't panic before I show that card to people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Am I possessed? What's going on?
All right. Wait.
Steve?
Is Steve still in here?
Yeah, I think Steve's here. He just wrote.
Steve, yeah. What Steve said.
He wants to know about work. What's going on with his employment?
Yeah, something about his job. Yeah.
Okay.
And am I right? Steve it would help me a lot. Oh no, Sean says it helped him a lot. Oh, that's so good, Sean. I'm so glad.
Good.
Oh, Sean, keep us updated. Let us know.
And Beth, what is the link to your Cash App? If people would like to give you a tip, if people would like to send you money, please let us know what your Cash App.
I gotta look it up again because I don't even.
Okay.
That's
okay. I don't use it that much.
You should. No, you should. Don't pinch yourself off from prosperity.
You deserve it.
Yeah.
I use Chime a lot. Okay, it's the money sign and Beth Manic Muse, just like the email. But it's Beth Manic Muse, all one word.
Manic Muse, and that's it.
Right.
Okay.
And the number sign,
Yeah. Oh, the number sign?
The number sign or money sign?
The money sign. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Got it. All right. I posted it.
I told you. See math. No, I'm not good at
it. Okay, there
that's
it is. Yep.
That's her. Is that Venmo or Cash App?
That's Cash App.
Okay.
All right, I'm still working on you, Steve. I'm just shuffling, hon.
Do Steve and do Hippie and woo.
Because Steve, I think. Well,
I don't know if there's capitals.
I'll say after. Yeah, no, I'll say after.
Okay.
I wasn't forgetting you, Hippie. Wasn't forgetting you.
Steve. So this is your past. Okay. It looks like you went through a really hard time recently. So, and a lot to do with money and maybe even having to move and stuff. And it's, but it's in the past. So
good.
Yeah. So that's kind of what you're building on now. And then you got the Emperor. The Emperor is like the wisest out of the whole deck. He's very smart and he's very pious is the best word I can use. He's very fair, but he worked hard for what he has and he knows how to work it, put it that way. But his head's really all together there. This last one is the Two of Swords.
Okay.
So again, it's indecision. And really, these two decisions are like equal. They have no clue which one they want to.
So he's going to make a choice. You think he might have a job opportunity where there's a choice to be made? Is that what we're talking about?
But they're really going to have to sit down and write both of them down and what's the pros and cons because he really is lost as to what one to pick.
Okay.
But, yeah. So that's what's going on.
Steve, I hope that helped you and guided you a little bit and helps give you some hope if those jobs haven't come yet. I think there's going to be some opportunities in your future.
Mm-hmm. And there isn't one better than the other with that. It's weird. It's like a draw. It really is, the jobs. So at least that might comfort you a little bit that you're making a good decision.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Excellent.
So, Hippie, do you have any question? Or are you just looking for a general reading? I bet he's looking for a general reading.
Yeah, he's going to make all kind of money. You watch. He always gets the best cards.
He does get big money cards. Yeah. He does. He does.
Oh, brother. It's like, get a room already. Is he still there?
Oh, yeah. He's watching on the TV. Yeah.
The first one is the Lovers.
The Lovers.
Ooh.
He had the Lovers too. So there's Lovers. I had the Lovers too. So there
must be some Lovers. What'd he say?
I'm hoping for death.
Well, you didn't get that.
I don't know how we're married. When people go, "Are you two married?" and I'm like, "Yeah." Yes,
Anyway,
each
you
other.
both have the lovers. You both have the lovers.
You both got the lovers, okay?
And you got 3 of cups here.
So what does that mean?
So this is covering him now, and it has to do with spirituality and all. But it seems like there's 3 very influential people right now. 3. I don't know if they're together or what, but there's 3.
Okay.
That makes sense or not. And then the last one is the King of Pentacles. So there's the money again with him. So in the end,
I know he's going to
in the
be
end,
so abundant, or he is so abundant. Money comes to him freely and easily from various sources. He's amazing.
That's CJ. So so it's all the money, of course, with him.
Yep.
And I pulled this one out. I told you to get a room, okay? Because you both had it.
My mom wrote, maybe you're both going to have lovers.
That's not what it is.
That's not it, Beth.
He was even in the same position. Like it was both of you.
What
had
now?
It,
what?
You're spooning.
Yeah, you're spooning. You both had the first card, be the lover. So.
Oh Lord! I don't know if this is an open relationship now. I don't know what just happened, but woohoo! No, with each other. All right. I mean, we'll see.
Who's
Oh,
reading now?
baby.
What about your mom?
Mom, you're back.
Does she
you know what?
reading?
Do a quick reading. Go do a quick reading.
Let's do Carol. Come on,
Just
Carol.
have a choice. There's no choice in it, Carol.
Yeah, Carol.
This is for fun and just to enjoy life and to give us some guidance. So, all right, she said K.
All right.
Okay.
Where is she watching? YouTube? Oh no, on Facebook.
No, she's on Facebook. She's on Facebook.
So,
ooh, what's that?
He's sowing his. Oh, what can you say? Like the treasure, his money. He's kind of just organizing it, making sure everything's okay, but it's doing well. Like he's happy. That's the past.
She's doing something with that. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So then she has the 9 of Pentacles after that.
Okay. Oh, that's your house. I'm like, where is that happening? I'm not coughing.
Andrew. So this is the 9 of Pentacles, and she's very successful, and she's reached her goals. This is right now, and she's she's comfortable, and she's very content. She's playing with the birds and stuff.
I like it. She does have a bird, so that makes perfect sense. She has a parrot. Go ahead.
Then we have the 4 of Swords.
Okay, what does that mean? I don't like it. It doesn't make me happy.
It's not bad. It's more of a solitude card.
Okay.
Yeah, she needs to sit and think about something for sure.
Okay.
But it's solitude, and that's what she's coming up on. Something she needs to think about, I guess.
Okay.
It's not.
It just means she needs to contemplate it and figure out her best path. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. But they're really good cards, actually.
So overall, those are really good cards.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we have our readings for everybody, and that was good. And Beth, typically if someone was to do a private reading, how many cards do you usually read? How does that work?
So I'll do a spread of 5 cards at the most. I'll do.
Okay.
And then that it's more in depth because of where the cards are laid out and how many cards you get. So it's more in depth about what's going on in your life because it goes into your job, money, your love life, a little bit of everything. And it's just what the cards come up with,
Right.
Sorry if there was a weird sound. I was trying to clean up
So
the
now,
screen.
does 2 mean anything to anybody? Remember I was saying that?
Two had no
Wonder if
meaning
two
to
means
me
anything to
today.
anybody,
Mm.
or a decision, maybe. I don't know.
I'm deciding with those jobs, so I feel like that's a thing for me. But you know, and my reading didn't come up that way, so
Yeah.
and I'm
That
not
just
really
was
deciding.
bugging
I'm
me
kind of
before I
accepting
started.
all of them and trying to figure out which one's going to work out the best for me in the long run. You know.
You need to sit and write down what you
Ah,
like about this one and what you like. You know, you do. It'll really
no,
help.
because it's kind of going against. I've been overthinking
Careful
stuff.
the wording.
I've been overthinking stuff, and I'm trying not to sit. I would sit and write down. Maybe I will sit and write down the positives in my book.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not want to do like a pro con list because I
No,
then start
Don't
to
do cons.
question.
Nope.
Yes.
no,
Too pro.
just write down what you like about the idea and whatever. That's all. Because
Okay.
one will have 10 things and another one have 3.
Yep. Tell her, Beth. Tell her. Tell her. Tell her.
So just so you know, Carol
Doesn't
said.
listen to me. Tell her.
Thank you. No, say it to me again. I was reading what my mom wrote. I'm sorry. She said she was saying thank you to you, Beth.
Go ahead.
Oh,
tell her,
you
Beth.
have
Say it again.
anytime.
Say it again. Whatever lesson I was supposed to learn, I got distracted. Please tell me again.
Oh, your mom wants to hear it again?
No, I do. What did you just say to me? And he said, tell her. And then I tell you, he was saying, tell her. And I'm like, I didn't hear you.
Because you could have one that has 10 positive things and one that has 3 positive things.
Yep.
And that will tell you, like, ooh, look at that.
I
That's
don't
a
need to
little
look at
better job.
negatives. I can literally count it on the positive things. I
Mhm,
see.
mhm,
Right.
That's true. That's a good way to look
Tell
at
her
it. I
that.
like that. Thank you. That gives me a little shift.
I always
Yeah,
give her little tips.
Well, and so this is the surprise in my life is that one of the positions I'm accepting, they said right off the bat they're not gonna be able to start me at full time right away, which is okay. That's fine. I don't need to start at full time because I have other little positions. And then they
Right.
said, but we want you to come in tomorrow and the next day to go to this really cool training that's amazing.
Mhm.
And but it's an hour and a half from my house and it's at 8 a.m. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like I literally could go in there even a little bit late. I don't want to. I'm gonna be there on time. This is my brand new job with people, but they know like they sprung it on me tonight that
Yeah.
tomorrow we want you to be at something. But I'm excited about it because it's a really cool training that I think I'll learn a lot from, and I'm excited for it. But I still am like, but this is a huge thing. Like one of my rules, one of my boundaries is that I wasn't going to take any jobs that were going to take me away from Leanne's routine. And it's the first day it's taking me away from Leanne's routine.
But you
And now
always take whatever training you're offered. You know
like I feel that way too. That's why I'm like, but I always want a train. Like I love trainings and learn new things. I love to me, like when I lost my job, do you remember? Both of you probably remember. I was taking trainings on moonology. I don't know what moonology is. Well, I do know what it is now because I took a training. I was taking trainings. I took Tony Robbins training. I took a training on how to use board games to benefit therapy. I took every free training available to me on the planet because I was like, well, right now I have nothing else going on. Let me grow my experience, grow my knowledge so I can offer more to the world to be able to better serve the world better and have more opportunities come to me because now I have knowledge on this and I have knowledge on that and I have knowledge on this and I'll be able to offer more and get more opportunities. I said that twice, but that's because
better for anybody. If there's something you're interested in, take a class, there's free classes online at Harvard.
Lots of free, yep.
Yeah.
There's lots of free classes out there.
It's also they're finding healing your brain. Okay. So like
Beth, tell us that story.
If you don't use parts of your brain, it will die out. Okay. So I'm a big psych major. Okay. So they now have, you want me to tell them that one about the thing in your head?
No.
I told them
wanted you to say, I'm going to say it. Beth is a psychology major, but she also had a brain injury and she healed.
Yeah, I was in a coma. Yeah. So what happened was I had to fight back. You know, I had to learn to walk, eat, everything. I had to grow my hair back. It was bad. And then I was already in the middle of these classes and I said, should I go back? Because I mean, I couldn't do much, you know, and I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to.
She was already going to school for psychology when she had her accident.
Yeah,
so
right.
She came out of the coma after months or however long. It was a long, long time.
Yeah.
not to jump in on your story, but I
Okay.
I know the part I want said.
I get it.
That she jumped back into her classes and continued to do amazingly, and her doctor was like, "That's shocking, because you just had a major brain issue." And he's like, "And I feel like you're actually healing your brain by doing this." All right, am I right? Did I tell that story correctly?
Well, the other thing is that the physical body parts started healing even faster when I was using my brain. Okay, so when I started learning again, and actually that it unlocked really quickly. When I started the classes again, started reading, I mean, like Michelle will tell you, like for me, it's like common sense. It's easy for me.
Yeah.
But all science is like that for me. But I still was exercising my brain, and now they found that they heal your brain. They can even heal you back to getting your telepathy back. Okay, so there's people walking around with telepathy because they healed their brain. Because
tell me that. You were telling me that this morning.
Okay, so what they're doing is they're putting like a chip for energy in your brain in a certain spot, because all our things damage our brain or we don't use it. So for a lot of people, all the people they've used on so far, they've healed their brain, but not only healed with the connections that were broken, they have their telepathy back, because they lost that when they didn't use it when they were babies. Isn't that something? Wow. So now my theory is that now it's exciting. Like when I read about this, I was so excited for like 2 days, and I didn't know why. Like, why is this bothering me?
How do you become a candidate to get this chip? Like, is it because you have brain injuries? Is it people with Alzheimer's? Or
they used it a lot on people with Parkinson's and tremors right now.
I wanted to see what the connection was. Okay, so they're doing these experiments with people with Parkinson's or something like that.
Right, but the implications are,
that wasn't what they were going for when they gave it to these people. They were just going for brain,
right,
like brain healing from this disease.
Stop those zaps and stuff that they get. So, but the other thing about this is that you have to think is that now there's all these people walking around with telepathy, right? They can use their energy to heal you. They can use their energy to read your mind or know if you're in a bad mood, you're having a bad day. So out the window goes, they could heal you. You understand? You don't need the chips anymore because you've got a whole army of people out there who can do it for you.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
It's going to change.
So how many people do you think have had this done, or where? I know you were reading this for class. This was part of your schooling.
No, I just happened upon it because I'm always studying.
Just research.
I can send you the link though to the research.
Please.
Why not?
Yeah,
send it.
Yeah, I would love to read up on that.
Yeah.
But see, no one's thinking of that last step implication. Like, well, if they're getting telepathy back, then we're not going to need all this stuff anymore. Big Pharma would fold if they learned how to heal your brain with energy, and especially your own damn energy. Like if a person is just holding your head and fixing the connections, it's all energy, and that energy comes out of our hands, and they can do it. They can do it. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
So yeah, I'll send you the thing.
Send it. We'll definitely share it in the Perfect Positivity group. This is the stuff I'm talking about where I say the reason we have this channel doesn't mean you have to believe 100% in one theory or another theory, but it's to open our minds to all the different theories and the different things that are growing out there.
Yeah, to be diverse.
To be diverse, to learn about all these different theories, for lack of a better word, because until we die, we don't really get to see, I guess.
Yeah. And experiences, all the different experiences.
All these experiences,
experience, I'm sure is resonating with other people. It's just good to hear what people go through. It's good to hear what helps someone get through a situation. That's what we're all about. That's what
I have had a stroke. So have you heard anything about anybody who had a stroke? Was that listed in there in any way, Beth, or you didn't notice it because that's not what you were excited about, the psychology part?
Yeah, I don't remember. I really glanced really briefly at the but I would think it could. That's
it makes
the people
sense.
that they're doing. The people
seizure,
that they're doing
I'm thinking
the
seizure. Yeah.
All those things that are in the brain that
so
have these issues.
Those connections are hurt and damaged through trauma, through what you go through in life, what your parents went through, whatever, and now they can heal that. all the way
Yeah.
back to telepathy. That's amazing because you never really use that in your life. So
So we are now at the point to have our last commercial break, everybody. So after our last commercial break, we'll do a little wrap up with Beth and Thomas and myself. And I think tonight's show went faster than all our other shows so far. It felt like boom. So
yeah, it was fast.
it was fast. All right. So WTHC, this is the Perfect Positivity Show, and we have a little bit more to our show, and here's some bills being paid. Say bye-bye to bottled water. Holistic Health Water has
No,
certified
great.
medical-grade water ionizers that make 7 types of water, including healthy alkaline. There's a 5-micron filter that lasts up to a year, and each machine lasts 25 to 30 years. Simply attach to your faucet or install under your sink. Even get a mineral spa unit for your shower. Go to ownyourwater.org to get a free ebook. Plus, pay for any
And
machine
remember,
in full
those
and
of
get
you
an
on-
extra filter
on
free.
Facebook
Change your
and-
water and change your life. Ownyourwater.org.
Right now,
I
our
wonder
country
too,
feels
Mom. That would be
divided,
cool.
But there's a place where people
When
are
she
coming
sends the
together.
article, if you don't see it, I'll send it over to
I was
you
nervous
because
to
that's
talk to
exactly
someone
the
so
kind of
different
thing.
from
The
me.
implication
Me
is that it
too, but I'm glad
fixes,
we are.
it heals
Love
these
has
people,
no
and
labels,
even if it's
and One Small Step
experimental.
are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and life experiences come together through
I don't know that anybody
conversation,
would
and
mind
it
doing
feels good.
experimental therapy when
Your
people
story
are
is so
forgetting who they are.
Yeah.
I think I saw
They
there's
sit
more than
down
one doctor
and
doing it.
listen to one another. They
More
can
than
break
one
down
camp.
boundaries and
Say it
connect
again,
as
Beth.
human beings.
I
At
think I saw that more than one campus is
One
doing
Small
it.
Step, you can listen to
in
amazing,
college doing it.
life-changing conversations
Yeah.
and find simple
We have
tools
a
to
loved
start a
one with
conversation of your own.
dementia, and
I
she
know one
said,
thing.
"Send me the
This
article.
conversation gives me
We'll send
hope.
it to them." You know,
lot of hope too.
it's too much.
Take a step toward
It's too
bringing our
heartbreaking,
country and
dementia.
your community together by having the
much.
courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one small step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding.
Whoa!
Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie. So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
WTHC. This is Michelle from the Perfect Positivity Show with my co-host Thomas, who has stepped away, I think, for a second because he's suddenly not on the screen. And tonight we've been hosting Beth. Oh, he just wrote to me. Tonight we've been hosting Beth. She is a tarot card reader, and we put out her information tonight so that if you guys want to get a more in-depth reading than the ones she did tonight, or you want to tip her or anything, because some of her information was really, really amazing.
Spot on.
Yeah. I like it really hit the nail on the head a few times. And you know, so I think that, you know, this has been a really quick show because it's been good. It's been filled with like a really good positive message. And I'm just really thankful that we all came together tonight. Here's a funny secret. I started a group chat with Beth and Thomas long before this show started. I just thought they should be friends and talk to each other and talk to, you know, I just thought these are my guiding people, very strong influences in my life. So, and they've chatted here and there on little things, and we've shared some good things. But I'm telling you right now, I'm so happy that you two could be in the same space because I feel a good vibe. You both are. When I was struggling with some stuff, you guys both were the voices of, "Hey Michelle, look at it this way. Hey Michelle, let's try it. Let's rephrase it," and help me do a lot of shifting when I couldn't get there on my own. And I'm just so thankful for both of you. So I wanted to do a little thank you to both of you.
No,
really
our
helped me so
pleasure.
much.
My pleasure.
Me too.
Absolutely.
So, and then you got some thank yous from the people in the community out here, Trey and Carol and and Hippie and a few other people just sending good thank yous. So that's wonderful. I
welcome.
love gratitude.
Yeah.
So we have about 10 minutes left. Is there any other things we need to hit on tonight, Thomas, that I'm forgetting about?
Let's see. I don't know.
And we have Beth, so we have somebody who can chime in.
We do. Yeah, we do. We do.
But
I
nothing.
don't know. Yeah, I'm at a loss. Yeah, I'm at a loss.
So,
I'm at
how
a
about
loss.
this, Thomas, for homework? I want you to post some stuff from your books.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
send us some of the. They're not affirmations. They're kind of mantras. They're kind of positive quotes.
Yeah.
All right, and Beth is going to post in the Perfect Positivity group, so we have ways to get in touch with her. So if you're not already, if you're on Facebook and I know some of you guys listen on the radio, and I love that. You always do that. And I know some of you guys are on YouTube, or on the website. But if you are on Facebook, go to our Perfect Positivity page and join our Perfect Positivity Show group, and then you could talk with us. And Beth is active in that group. She writes in there, so you'd be able to connect with her. Thomas and I constantly write in there as ourselves. We try to write in there as our Perfect Positivity Show, but that could be either of us, or that's our people. We're our own people.
Yeah, we have people. Yeah,
we're each other's person.
Yeah.
But if you write in there, if you see Michelle or you see Thomas, that's us too. So go ahead and hit us up if you have an idea or something to add. Of course, you can also go to our Gmail, which is the Perfect Positivity Show at gmail.com. We get a lot of emails there. That's a great place to send us stuff. We did send out most of the bookmarks. Thomas got a good response, but I think there might be a couple. So if you wanted to send your address, Thomas
email
will
us. Yep. Email us at the Perfect Positivity Show at gmail.com. Yep.
And Thomas will send you out a little gifty gift
some positivity bookmarks that I've been collecting for everyone.
And I love mine so much. And I don't know if he sent other people cards, but he sent me a card in mine, and it made me happy.
Everyone got a card. Yeah, everyone got a little card. Yep.
You're so good. You're such a good heart. I love it. And so your hand's probably exhausted because I know we got a decent response to that. So I also really appreciate that you sent that out to people like that.
Yeah, no, it was my pleasure. It was such a move of gratitude. It felt great to do it. I sat right here, literally right here, and my pen.
And I'm going to write out my prose, like you guys said. I'm going to take that as my homework for the week.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm going to say to other people, writing it out does really help. And like writing out, like I like to write my gratitude. I do a lot of writing my gratitude, just remembering, because when you know, when you're going through it in the moment, you're like, oh, I'm so thankful for that. But then you're like gone. You're on to the next moment. When you take a few minutes, this might help Trey too with her questions about sleep. When you take a few minutes at night to sit and kind of write it out and say, you know, this happened today, and I am so thankful that happened.
Yeah.
And this happened, and, you know, I didn't even know I was thankful for it. But now looking back, I'm glad that happened, because that means this other thing happened. You take a few seconds. It's personal. Write it to yourself. You're not sharing it with anybody. It's not like Thanksgiving where you're trying to write the best thing to impress your family. Like, this is for yourself. You can say, I'm so glad. I was so thankful there was clean underwear in the drawer, because I did not want to have to do laundry. You know, whatever it is you have to say and do. And I really think that that can really help with the shift for all of us to get to that other side, you know, that real positive thing. Like even today, like I said, you know, I had some friends affected by that horrible fire, and I immediately was like, you know, I'm glad that they were all there. Every business that was there was well liked. And I'm hoping it's going to create a bigger, better business in the future for all of them. I hope that it'll be a more beautiful storefront. Maybe they had a leaky bathroom or something that was like not that big a deal, but maybe this is the way that it's resolving itself. So I'm just trying to think of the positive thoughts and really send them some positive energy and some positive thoughts. And that's it. That's all we can do. And I'm thankful for the good times I had there before, because I went to that escape room a few times, and I know the therapist that's there is a wonderful woman who I've known for a few years. And like I said, my good friends own the other shop, and I'm just hoping it leads them to a better shop or a better life plan. So that's, you know, I'm hoping that stuff turns positive for everybody. And it's just how you look at it, right? That's what it comes down to in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It's what you focus on.
what you focus on.
It's all about what we focus on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm actually really looking forward to see how the community pulls together. I already saw somebody write this, that they want to do some community events to support these businesses and stuff. And that makes me so happy. That's what I think life is all about, is pulling together and community events. Like, all right, maybe we're going to do a big fundraiser for all the people who are employees, and or the people, maybe one of the businesses needs a little extra help. The insurance isn't going to work the way we thought it was, If we could do some stuff for them, it's a way to get together with people and to enjoy good music together or enjoy a fun event. And I look forward to that kind of thing. So let's, you gotta
I just opened this up to a random page. It's actually exactly what we're talking about. If you're experiencing scarcity, anguish, depression, an absence of love, or any inability to attract what you desire, seriously look at how you've been drawing these circumstances into your life. It's all about what we focus on.
It is. It really did this show just make a perfect circle to the beginning of the show? Full circle.
Thank you, Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Yes, it's Wayne, man. He's the best. Beth,
He
thank
really
you
is.
so much for being here tonight with
You're
us.
welcome. Anytime, you guys.
Beth, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Thank you.
Bye. So homework for everybody else. What should they post?
Let's see. Let's see. One thing that they want to succeed in their lives. One thing.
One thing
Just
you
one
want
thing.
to succeed.
Just one thing. Just one. Just focus on one thing. And I have to say this because TJ made a comment about it, so I have to say this. What did he put?
He wrote twice about the headlights. He loves that.
He did, yeah. So now I have to mention it, because he mentioned it twice. Had he not said anything, I wasn't going to mention this, but now I have to. So remember, and this goes out to TJ, actually to everyone, we don't need to know what the end result is going to be. We never need to know what the end result is going to be. All we need to know is that we're getting in the car. You can drive from New York to California in the middle of the night using nothing but the headlights in your car. The only thing you ever need is 200 feet in front of you at any given time. You don't need to know what the weather is in California when you leave New York. You're too far ahead. You're way too far ahead. Ha! See, had you said nothing,
I love
would've let
that
it go.
story, Thomas, and it is the truth, and it's such a good example, and that's why I love when you bring it up every time.
Cheers.
All right, you guys. So we will end the night with the affirmation song we tried to play before, but we took it off, and then it's going to go back to the WTHC classic rock and weed radio, and WTHC themed. And then we're going to be back here with us next Sunday. And so check in, and we can't wait until everybody writes their stuff. And by the way, I also want to do one last gratitude. You ready?
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody who's been participating this week.
Yeah.
I think the participation on the group page went up to
we went from 5 to over 100 in 3 days.
Yeah, and participation wise too,
Yeah.
like everybody's just commenting and like that was great. It's just
Please
really
continue
well,
to share it out. Please continue to share it
Yeah.
out. Our sole driven purpose of doing this show and managing the group and creating this group is literally just to get positivity back out into the world. We have no agenda. We don't care what religion you are. We don't care what color you are. We don't care. We don't care. We
As a matter of
want
fact, if you're an
diversity.
expert in one of those things, contact us because we love to have new learning. Like that's our whole
Yes,
thing. Is we
please.
want to learn more. Talk to people who already have this knowledge. Like we don't want it all to come from us. That's for sure.
Mhm. Please.
We would like to experience it through other people's eyes and learn about it. And so that's exciting to us. So
Please. Yep. We want to hear
All
from
right.
you. We definitely want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
All right. I think that's it.
saying-
That's a great show. Everyone be well and have a pleasant tomorrow. It's a really great show.
I thought
I'm
so.
peaceful cause I just had to be. I control my thoughts and anxiety. My body's nervous.